arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. One game remains to crown, and the champions of the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. What a thrill! Tonight, we celebrate 60 years of Super Bowls. We do it in style. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you here from Santa Clara. And Greg, the Eagles are right back here looking to do what the Chiefs did right before them. Win back-to-back Super Bowls and lift that Lombardi trophy for the 2nd consecutive year.
And you have to think, this is the next dynasty. What we've talked about in years past with the New England Patriots, and then more recently, the Kansas City Chiefs. After last year's dominating Super Bowl performance, this roster, what Philadelphia has been able to put together these last couple years, I think a Super Bowl win here today, and now they become maybe that new top-of-the-heap team that we talk about here in the NFL.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 59 at quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters.
Just a yard on first down. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Past midfield to the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play here in the big game. A gain of 48.
Well, how about that for a statement on your opening drive, Mike? I mean, we knew coming in that they wanted to get this run game going, then, man, boy, did they ever.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
Man in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. One incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their rookie quarterback.
To say what he's done this year, Mike, is unheard of would be an understatement. I mean, there are quarterbacks who go their entire careers without even making it to the Super Bowl. Yet here he is on the verge of potentially winning one in his very first season. He's got a lot of work to do between now and the end of this game to make that happen. But if he's able to lead his team to a victory here today, it would be a perfect storybook ending to an improbable and legendary rookie campaign.
The first down throw was incomplete, and now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jalen Carter in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
Quarterback's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on the first down pass. They give him another opportunity through the air on 2nd, and it gets even worse. If they can't protect the quarterback and they can't get him some easy completions, it just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
The Eagles offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Damar Hamlin up for the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Now Hurts going to run this one himself. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds.
It's a gain of 18.
Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. Now, deep ball for London. And this will be incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
The quarterback on the scramble.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. On the return, it's Covey. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll step up and run this. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a 1st down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game. A nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. This is intercepted into the hands of Myles Garrett. Nothing better than a big man touchdown. The defensive lineman comes up with a pick-6. Celebration time for the guys up front.
Yeah, Mike, and you can always see which guys have a little running back in their pass, because this big guy, when he got his hands on the ball, he was not being stopped until he found himself in the end zone.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders move out to a 7-3 lead.
Eagles 3.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be 3rd down.
You know what they say about Murphy's Law, Mike? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. He's had a pick 6 earlier in the game. Now he takes a sack. Fortunate for him, there's a lot of football to be played, but this has been a disastrous start.
They'll go with the sneak, and that's going to be enough for a first down, taking this to the 34.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Hurts to the air on first down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. Hurts and Brown connect, and it's a first down for Philly.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Eagles.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, 7-3 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles are on top. It's now 10-7.
Eagles 10, Raiders 7.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. He'll take this forward for about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Nolan Smith in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Hill. Still going. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Raiders are on top. It's 14-10.
Eagles 10.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Bigsby to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
The tackle by Jabril Cox. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Headed left, buying time. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
On play action, here's Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Third and 6. Hurts. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Eagles.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Hurts now. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That is caught at the 3. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Saquon. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
3rd and goal for Hurts. Now screen set up for Bigsby.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll try it now with Barkley. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, here comes Ashton Jeanty. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 6. Now, this looks like a design run.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd down, 3 to go. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short bomb punt. I do love 3rd and short. Okay, you fail. I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. A 1st down throw for Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire 1st half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll run it here with Saquon. Good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth 1st half. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday after this. On 2nd down, Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
So the Eagles will use their 1st timeout here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Hurts. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have come up with it. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
The Raiders offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll push forward for about a yard. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle.
Jalen Carter on the tackle. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
So 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Tyreek now to return it. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
A nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
And an Eagle 1st down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2.
You saw the guard take a pass set, Mike. He's hoping that defensive tackle just races up the field, trying to sack the quarterback, and then you just hand the ball off to your back on a draw. In this case, the defensive tackle does a great job going from pass to run, and he's able to take the back down for a loss.
Open receiver is Dotson. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15.
15 yards through the air. First down, Philadelphia.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup. Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Hurts. He'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
The RPO, that one is complete. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here's Barkley. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Half yard, that's all they need on this 3rd and goal. It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Eagles go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Tyreek now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground with Genty. Oh, he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like you might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Now, deep ball for London. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley, who appears to be shaken up without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. From the 35, here's 2nd and 8. Now Hurts. He'll step up and run. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They're trying to hit him with a screen. This one's going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screenplay is, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. He's going to air this one out looking for Dotson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Raiders offense ready to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Genty. They work forward to the 40-yard line. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll go again with Genty. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
He'll try to pick it up with Genty. 1st down and more inside the 40. And he will go all the way. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Carlson now for the extra point. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Bigsby to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Brown comes to get the jet sweep. He'll get to the edge, but unsuccessfully stopped there for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Open man, A.J. Brown's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Here's Barkley. Oh, Barkley has fumbled. One of the Raiders has got it. inside the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And, Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. And this ball incomplete on third down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Nearly a good one. It hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. Hill brought in motion. Now faking the give. Push down to his left. He's going to keep it himself. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the fourth from Santa Clara after this. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll run to begin the fourth, and here's Genty. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard. On a zone read, they'll hand it to Genty. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Raider first down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Once again, it's Genty. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
Jalen Carter on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 43-yard line.
Look them up on a 2nd down and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
16 yards. That's another Las Vegas first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them, and in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this 4th quarter. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
11 more yards. That's another Raiders 1st down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Genty. And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play. Back to the 9-yard line.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here. And I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
You have to wonder if we look back at the end of this game, Mike, and say, was this a prime opportunity for this offense that they blew after that 3rd down sack? An opportunity to take the lead here late in the game, and instead, I think there's a real decision about whether or not they should just take the 3 and chip away at this lead.
So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to get back within a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this 4th quarter.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here comes Will Shipley on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now Hurts will call his own number. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Third and short, and you come up with a big stop, taking the ball carrier down for a loss. Now you put yourselves in a position to hopefully get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down there and take the lead.
Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's a zone read to start the drive. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's 2nd down.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Now Genty. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Reed Blankenship on the tackle. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Hill brought in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. They'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense.
At their own 27-yard
The Raiders offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Genty, the ball carrier. Reed Blankenship on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Here is 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 21
on that pass play. 1st down, Vegas.
1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he will take it in himself. Touchdown, Vegas. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. In this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
And he is not going to get in. Stopped on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Bigsby to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. This is 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That's complete. Kylen Granson.
Complete to Kylen Granson. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goedert. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Again, Hurts. Looking right side. He's got a receiver. It's Smith. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. Hurts finding Smith. And an Eagle. First down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
That's Bigsby. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Second and 10.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll try again. It's second and 10. To the air again. Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Here we go. One final play. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, and this one will come to an end. And the Raiders have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Wow, you talk about a compelling Super Bowl. That's as good as we could ask for, Greg. A struggle, tight till the end, but ultimately, one team had a little bit more, and they are now the champions.
And as in the case in so many Super Bowls, Mike, your entire franchise, and for a lot of these players, their legacies are altered by a play here, a play there. This could have been a totally different outcome, but let's give credit to the champs. They made the plays when they needed, and that's NFL ball, and I'll tell you what, they're going to enjoy this celebration.
So that'll do it for another sensational season of the NFL on EA Sports. For our entire